Good morning, everyone. It's me, Angie. How's everyone doing today? Coming on to get the signature put on in my file folder journal. So we are going to get started. I've got all my papers selected, and they're just some of the papers that I've shown you and you have been seeing over the last previous videos that I said I was going to use. I've just got some printables here, and let's see how many pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full pages, 8.5 by 11. And rather than cut them down, because this section where I'm going to put my signature is a little bit narrower than the standard 5.5, so I had to cut it down for it to fit. And rather than cut these flaps off and lose that bit of paper, I just folded them over, and I'll do like some tuck spots or, you know, flip outs or what have you on those. So I have quite a few of those on each side. Let's see, so that'll be, so I have one there. So that's 2. So probably 2 on each side then. There's 1, 2, oh, okay, 3, 4, okay. Maybe I should, so 2 on one side and 4 on the other. Maybe I should do 3 and 3, huh? Oh well, I've already folded them now, so that's fine. Okay, so let's get started. I thought I would get this in and show you what my thought process was for getting this signature in, because I didn't want the threads to show on the outside of my file folder journal. So what I chose to do is I made another strip just like we did on the last video, but I wasn't supposed to glue it down, okay, because I need to sew the signature in first and then glue it down, and it will hide the threads. So I just marked 3 little positions where I'm going to do my pamphlet stitch. I did one in the middle, and I came in 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom, okay, and then get my paper straight, and I took this template here and I lined it up and put me little tick marks in the same positions right there. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is get a clamp, and there's only a few pages, so it should be a pretty simple process on this one. We've all seen the pamphlet stitch before, so I brought in some thread, and I chose one that's pretty similar to the color of my file folder. It's always better to have more than needed than not enough when you're doing your sewing. Okay, got my needle. It nice and straight so I can get it threaded, hopefully. So how was everyone's Thanksgiving? Wonderful, I'm sure. Mine was very lovely, nice and quiet, relaxing. Didn't have to cook, didn't have to clean up. The only downfall to that is I didn't have leftovers this morning, or late last night. You know, we all make that little trip to the fridge wanting leftovers. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because we do tend to eat more than enough, right? Okay, so now I am going to use my poke tool, and I do have an awl, but I'm going to use my poke tool because it's handier. And I am just going to do 3 pokes in the positions that I made, and I'm going to make sure my signature is closed when I do so. And just do 3 little holes there, nice and easy, and straight through. Okay, and then the same on here. Okay, now we're ready to sew through. And all I'm going to do is sew this right onto this strip here. So as I'm going through my stitching, I'm just going to take this right along with me. Okay. Down through this one, and through there. Back through the middle. Tie it off. Excuse me. Usually this is about the one that's going to be most difficult because you're going back through the hole and you've already got a thread in there. So sometimes it can take a little bit more wiggling to get it in. And then when you bring it through, of course, you want to have it on the opposite side of the middle strand. So this one's on the left. So bring this one over to the opposite side. And there we go. Okay. Now I want to pull my ends nice and snug and tight. And as you can see, that is attached, okay? So once I have it snug, and I'm satisfied with it, double knot it. And do a bow. If my nails will allow me. Here we go. And we've got our signature sewn into that, okay? Take the clamps off. Now all I need to do, a little piece dangling there, let me put that off, it's bothering me. Okay, so then we've got that. Now all I gotta do is use some good wet glue, and we're just gonna glue this right down into there. And we've got our signature adhered. So let me make sure I've got my top and my bottom. I'll try my best to line this up. Excuse me, I may not be completely in frame. I want to just make sure I have this straight and that I can see. And just secure that down. Excuse my head. Let me bring in my bone folder and I'll use that. Okay, I think I can turn it now. I just want to make sure that's down well. might need a little more glue on this side. So I'm going to put it in the upright position so I can see where I need it. Oh, I'm going to do it like this. Okay, there we go. Squeeze a little more glue in there. Okay. And give it a press. And even though that spine is narrow, that is basically what you call a floating spine. It's where you're doing the standard stitching, but the stitching and the threads are not exposed on the outside of your journal, your book. Okay, so that's kind of what you call your floating spine. So I think that's secured. I think it's in there. So make sure with this, don't need to come up on me. Okay, I think that's good, guys. And there we go. We've got my signature, just like that. Okay. Sits, nestles right in there. And this closes up, just like that. Okay. So now, I was thinking, and these corners are squared, so that's why I'm choosing to leave the signature corner squared, because at first I thought about rounding them, but I think I want them to match this end here. So I thought I'd show you what I have left out of 2 file folders. Just a couple little pieces there. That's all I have left. And I don't want that to go to waste, so I thought I would make something out of it. And this is a little over 11.5. So if I cut that in half, that'll give me almost 6 by, let's try that. Let's cut this in half because I have 2 pockets there that I can slide. Just go like this. And do a pinch right in the middle to find my middle point, and then I'll cut it. Okay, so then that'll give me these 2 pieces. And let's see how that looks. Get tucked into there. And that one can get tucked into there. And we need something for over here. And these are kind of small to be making any kind of a tag or journal card or anything. Could tuck that one in there around the corners. But I have these extra pieces of cardstock, and it's almost the right size for here. Actually, it is the right size. So we can, let's see what scraps we have, and let's decorate one of these. So let me put that off to the side, bring in our leftover papers. Let's see what we can come up with here. I like that. I like that. I like that. papers we've already used, kind of. Okay, that should be enough to do a little collage and cover this here. I could use this for writing since it's already got lines. Let's start there. I'm not good at this tearing when there's just a little teeny piece. I need to get one of those tear rulers. I guess that will make it easier for me. Struggle with that, just tearing a piece of paper, I'll tell you. Okay, I like that rough edge, so I'm going to keep that there. And then we'll go across here. Kind of get another little rough tear. See, I suck at this. Okay. There we go. Just a little ragged look. Okay. Bring in some ink. Excuse my head, I'm just going to find my tape here. Okay, let's put that down. Bring it right up to the edge as best I can. Okay. Perfect, but good. I like it. Get off the little glue bits, tape bits. Okay. Need a little bit of wet glue on that tip. Try it on me. Okay, on this corner, see a little bit tipping up. Okay, so that's good for that side. And let's do this side with something here. And I'm just going to do a rough tear, use the edge of my desk, a little easier for me. Mark my spot right there. Okay, we can start with that. And we just go across like so, use up some of these scraps. And that doesn't quite fit. Okay, let's put these ones down. Let me close up my glue here. And I think on this we could use some glue stick. Where is my glue book? Okay. Next one. And I didn't put ink on that one because that edge is getting covered up. I'm sure you can tell. Okay, I was laying my papers down. Same with this one. Do something like that. We should bring some pieces in the opposite direction, huh? Let's do that. If I can do a small tear, should be able to fit that in that space. I'm gonna try it. Okay. that fits right in there. Put that there. Good. Straighten that out. So we've got journaling spot on this side and collaged on that side. And maybe, let's see, we could bring in one of these birds as a focal point. I'm going to attempt to fussy tear this out, guys. And then that will be it for today. And we are done, other than possibly, I'm just removing the excess paper so it'll be easier for me to work with my hands. And I'm going to try to, you know what? I'm not going to save time. I have, excuse the bolt for a moment, I have some birds already fussy torn out right here. It says birds. I have a little, and I'm just going to pick one out of here rather than go through all that. Let's see. I like that, but I do want to do a little bit more tearing around the edges. Give it a little inking. I think we're going to call that a day, guys. Straighten that out a little bit. Okay. Let's move some of this out of the way. Bring our file folder folio back in. Save these pieces. I don't need these little strips. These little bits. Excuse my arms. Okay. So we can slide that in there either way we want. Let's show the birds. Okay, so there we go, guys. There is my file folder folio. We've got a little latch there that gives a little flip out here. I think I will probably add a little dangle or a little charm there. Maybe get a little word. But we'll call this done, and if I do any more changes on the next video, whatever my next project is, I'll bring this back in real quick and I'll show you, give you a little quick glimpse if I do any final changes, or not changes, but additions. Okay, so then when you open it up, I've got my signature here. Go through those. And I'll probably just close those off and make little side tucks on those. Okay, middle. Got a pocket there, so all I got to do is just decorate that and have a little journaling card, maybe put a little something else in that pocket. Okay, and I don't know if I want to use these or not, but I'll leave them in there for the moment. But like I said, if I do decide to leave them in and add them and do some decorating on those, I will definitely show you. So I'll leave those in there for the moment and get a little thought as to how I want to do that. And then we've got a nice big journaling card on this side. That tucks right in there. Okay, to the back and the front. Okay, so that's it. I feel like it needs a little something there though. You know what, guys? I'm gonna look through my bits and bobs and pieces and stuff and see what I want to do, and I'm going to do one more process video on just finalizing this, because I'm feeling like I want to put something here, possibly a dangle there, decide on how I want to decorate these little folders here, or if I want to use them or just put in some large journaling cards like I did this one. So finalize, see how I want to do that. Close up these pages here. I'll probably not do any pockets or anything. This will just be strictly for writing on this signature here, so I won't be doing any pockets or anything, but I may bring in, I do have some bird stamps and mushroom stamps, botanical, some leaves, things like that. And we've got enough birds, I think, so I'm going to try and look through, see what I have as far as mushrooms and things like that. Maybe we could bring in some stamping elements to the signature to kind of dress that up, and then see what I want to do with this back pocket. Possibly put something right here. I don't know, because you know, don't have too much room, but we could probably fit a little something on that pocket if I chose to. Okay, maybe bring in something up here. I don't know. I'll process that today, look through my goodies, see what I have, and I think I'll do one more video with you guys, okay? And we'll finish up those little last minute touches. But I think it's looking really good. I like it a lot. It's going to be very functional. So that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you guys are having a blessed day. Don't spend too much money out in those Black Friday sales today, but do have fun, okay? Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.